Hi everyone, welcome back. We are doing another Bible reading because it is Friday. So this is our last Bible reading of the week, and this is all of Exodus chapter 18, verse 1 through 27. So this is the whole chapter of 18 in Exodus. So let's get started. This is called Jethro's Advice. Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses for his people Israel, how the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. After Moses had sent away his wife Zipporah, his father-in-law Jethro took her back, along with her 2 sons. The name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a foreign land, and the name of the other, Eleazar, for he said, the God of my father was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came into the wilderness where Moses was encamped at the mountain of God, bringing Moses' sons and wife to him. He sent word to Moses, I, your father-in-law Jethro, am coming to you with your wife and her 2 sons. Moses went out to meet his father-in-law. He bowed down and kissed him. Each asked after the other's welfare, and they went into the tent. Then Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardship that they had beset them on their way, and how the Lord had delivered them. Jethro rejoiced for all the good that the Lord had done to Israel in delivering them from the Egyptians. Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord who has delivered you from the Egyptians and from Pharaoh. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, because he delivered the people from the Egyptians when they dealt arrogantly with them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and sacrifices to God. And Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law in the presence of God. The next day Moses sat as judge for the people, while the people stood around him from morning until evening. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, What is this that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone, while all the people stand around you from morning until evening? Moses said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to inquire of God. When they have a dispute, they come to me, and I decide between one person and another, and I make known to them the statutes and instructions of God. Moses' father-in-law said to him, What you are doing is not good. You will surely wear yourself out, both you and these people with you. For the task is too heavy for you. You cannot do it alone. Now listen to me. I will give you counsel, and God be with you. You should represent the people before God, and you should bring their cases before God. Teach them the statutes and instructions, and make known to them the way they are to go and the things they are to do. You should also look for able men among all the people, men who fear God, are trustworthy, and hate dishonest gain. Set such men over them as officers over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Let them sit as judges for the people at all times. Let them bring every important case to you, but decide every minor case themselves. So it will be easier for you, and they will bear the burden with you. If you do this, and God so commands you, then you will be able to endure, and all these people will go to their home in peace. So Moses listened to his father-in-law and did all that he had said. Moses chose able men from all Israel and appointed them as heads over the people, as officers over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. And they judged the people at all times. Hard cases they brought to Moses, but any minor case they decided themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went off to his own country. Okay, this was a very long story, so let's talk about it. This is all of chapter 18 of Exodus. It basically starts off by saying Jethro is Moses' father-in-law, which is Zipporah's dad. Zipporah's dad, father-in-law. So, Zipporah and the 2 kids, which are Moses' wife and 2 kids, come with the father-in-law to visit Moses, with Israelites who he just saved, basically. So we see Moses' family finally come to see him after he's done this great work. And basically, the 2 men, Moses and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, talk and basically how are things going, catching up, like we would do with our family members, right, after we don't see them for a long time. So they catch up, they talk about what's going on, what Moses has done for these people, and basically how he's in charge of all these, well, not in charge, but he looks over these people and helps them create their relationship with God and make sure they're doing the right things that God wants them to do. So like every person comes to him all the time, and it's basically Jethro, the father-in-law, tells him that this is a huge burden for you just to be carrying by yourself. It's not going to last for you to just do this by yourself. It's going to wear you down. So it's too much. He's going to get burnout, basically what our terms are now, burnout, and it's not going to go well, and things are going to collapse on itself because there's no one else to help him. So when he tells them this, Moses basically is like, okay, let's get some of the men here that know the rules and know the things, and Moses is going to teach them the correct ways that the people should be living. And these elders and basically judges is what they call themselves. These judges are going to judge and tell the people what they can and cannot be doing with minor cases, basically. And then with the bigger cases, they will give them to Moses. So Moses doesn't have to basically look at everything by himself, so he has help. So he doesn't get burnt out and then can't help anyone, which is always bad. We should not do that. We should just not do that, but sometimes it happens, and I understand why it happens, but to our best ability, we should try not to get burnt out, try to take breaks when necessary. And sometimes you just get burnt out, and sometimes you just gotta take a break and don't come back to a while if you can, and then come back to it. So that's what I'm going to say about this story, is the burnout thing, the lesson, letting others help you with goals and your task, but make sure they're trusted people to help you. Don't just get anybody. You got to make sure they're qualified and help you and can do the right things, basically. So that's it for today. Since it's Friday, this is the last one for the week, and I think that's great to end it on. So I will see you all on Monday, and we will start chapter 19. See you all on Monday. I hope you have a great rest of your day.